Okay, hello, hello, hello. This is
Hello.
Jen with our final episode of Activating Hope for a while. And we are on the fourth foundation, which is fun. And so Hillary with holisticharmonics.com is going to guide us through this foundation of fun, how to make that a foundation in your life, a tool to use on a daily basis.
hmm So again, I always ask the question, do you just drop into yourself and ask yourself, what does fun mean to you? What does fun mean? For a lot of people, fun is spending a whole bunch of money and going on vacation, or spending money and going to the movies, or spending money. And it's like you have to have something in order to do it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's just a lot of people's version of fun. I have to have these things in order to have fun. And I just want to share that actually fun for me is really it's a fundamental, it's a foundation, fundamental, and it's a cultivation of playfulness. It's a cultivation of flow, ability to allow and go with the flow. And it is a cultivation of connection with your inner child and other people's inner children. And there are a lot of different tools that we can use to get us in those places of connection, playfulness, joyfulness, inspiration, and flow. And so I would just want to share a little bit about that tonight. And I did put in the chat a few links. One of them is the first one is about what I just kind of talked about the fundamentals of fun. It's written by a lady on Substack. It's on Substack. And she's talking about her interpretation of fun and ways that you can cultivate it. And she talks about the connection and the flow. Um, and I don't remember if she calls it playfulness or not, but that's what I call it because it's really about allowing yourself to become playful, allowing that and connecting with your inner child and inviting that little guy, little girl to come and play, right? We did a little bit of stuff last week and about a way to enter into that space with the smiles, with the number 10 smile.
Mhm.
Today we're going to share a little bit of laughter yoga. And it is something that I actually teach is laughter yoga. It is so powerful. That leads me to the second link in the chat is Cleveland. No, I think I did the one from UCLA or something like that. There are several that you can find that talk about the health benefits of laughter. And it's a holistic um, practice that has so many benefits, just like the breathing and the heart coherence and all of that. It is astounding. It is measurable changes in your nervous system regulation. It is a reset and digest type thing. And if you think about it, of course it is, because your vagus nerves runs all down, right? So you're activating it through your voice of ha ha ha, and your diaphragm is pushing in, right? When you laugh, it's huh. That is the best like solar plexus, which is joy. Right, and your inner child and playfulness, right? That beautiful orange or yellow sun solar plexus.
Mhm.
And it's interesting to me that our purpose, which is our sun, our purpose and drive, is correlated with fun
Mhm.
and excitement, right? And laughter and joy. It's about joy. So in these times, doesn't matter what your belief system is, we're all being bombarded again by all different sorts of energies, also different sorts of belief systems. Um, and again, coming into balance, being able to express our foundational vibration and frequency. This is a fun is a very important part of that. And I want people to think about fun again. Did you ever equate having a nap with fun?
I do now.
right? Hmm.
Yeah.
It's like people don't, I can't just be by myself and have fun. There's a lot of belief systems out there like that. I am so tired, and then allowing that flow and coming along with the going along with the excitement of what that would feel like to just relax
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
go to sleep,
Hmm.
and that's fun. That fits into fun.
Yeah.
Of course, connecting with your friends, your family, all of that is fun too. Vicarious fun, vicarious experiences where you might watch or go to some event, where other people are having fun. Of course, it's going to affect us. We're talking about how everything affects us. And so vicarious fun is great. It's another way that you can have fun and add that into your life. Joyful acts, like um, there was a period of time where I found a lot of joy in being of service to the homeless population. I would I would make food,
Hmm.
and I'd do it like once a month. And I'd come. I didn't usually stay to serve because they had different people to do that, but it just felt so good to make that food and to make it with love and to know that they were going to eat it. That was fun. It didn't feel like a chore. It felt like a
Hmm.
joyful act of service, right? So joyful acts of any kind,
Yeah.
um, and following your excitement
Hmm.
with no expectation of the outcome, um, and just for the higher good,
Yeah.
you know.
I think one of the things that's coming up for me is um the expectations of things that are performatively supposed to be fun, but they're just exhausting.
Hmm.
And that really is not fun for me. And
Right.
so, um, yeah, really finding the things that bring joy and peace and
Hmm.
ease and rest, like a nap. But things that you have to do all the work for. And, it's like whoever that burden's on in the family. If you're doing all the prepping, all the planning, all the cleanup, a lot of those things are not fun unless the load is shared
Right.
so that you can enjoy yourself. So I think a lot of
Hmm.
traditional things that we view as showing off as fun or that are supposed to be fun, for me, I really kind of shrink back from
Hmm.
because the work makes it not
Right.
fun.
Right.
It,
And that brings to mind our inner child again, and cultivating that invitational space, right? Cultivating that playful space. If you're always working to have fun, if you're working to have fun, if you feel
yeah,
like you need something else to have fun, imagine if you were a child.
yeah,
That doesn't feel playful. That doesn't feel
right,
inviting,
right,
and
yeah,
really this time we've been talking about discernment, and it's always the case, but especially now, being able to discern what we prefer and do not prefer. And again, as you said, coming into balance and um, basically just turning off the energy towards things that we don't prefer and just stop doing it,
right. And
stop
really,
allowing that.
yeah, really defining it. Is this
Hmm.
fun? Does it fill my cup up? Do I feel
Hmm.
better afterwards? Does it feel cathartic? Get it,
Hmm.
those kind of things to be a little bit more aware of, is it actually fun for me?
Hmm.
Am I
Yep,
creating fun for
absolutely.
others or is this actually fun for me?
Hmm.
That's kind of,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yep. And so that's, basically, fun is one of the foundations because we absolutely need to have joy in our life. I mean, it's necessary. It's like a human need, like the food,
Yes.
and cultivating frequency, and feeling our feelings. These are foundational and they're very important. And they intermingle. The categories can swap out. You don't have to be like, oh my gosh, did I do something fun today? It's like, okay, did you do something frequency that made you feel relaxed, or a smile or whatever, or feel a feeling of joy and then go into that feeling? That's all fun,
Yeah.
right? And so they're all interchangeable. So I just want to stress that you shouldn't stress
Right.
about, and also shoulding on yourself. I just thought of that. Don't should on yourself, right? Like I should have,
How does it
um
make you feel?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
irregardless of anybody else's definition. It's like, how
Right.
does it make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's one more link that I sent because I'm about to go into a laughter yoga tool. And it's not a link, actually. It's just a suggestion to research. And his name is Laraji, Laraaji. And he and his partner, RG, um, are two beautiful, brilliant, shining beings. And Laraji has been in the sound healing and frequency and consciousness scene since like the early 80s, late 70s. And I had the profound pleasure to practice with him and to learn from him over a 9-day intensive. And it was amazing. He was part of it, he and RG both. And they have CDs and they have a ton of YouTube stuff and they do teachings like Laughter, Sound, and Consciousness is the name of one of them. And I highly recommend looking up their material. And so I put that in the chat as a suggested thing to look up. And because there's just so much of it, it's hard to pick just one. Pick
Hmm.
what resonates with you. So, one of the things that we learn in laughter yoga is how to breathe with different parts of our body and then cultivate that laugh, right? Cultivate that playfulness, connection, and flow through actual physical activity, right? We did the number 10 smile. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do uh, we'll probably just do two different exercises because it's already like almost 7:20. Two different exercises within this session. It'll be pretty short, a couple few minutes. And before we start an exercise or when we finish one of these exercises, so we're going to do this 3 times before we finish and before we do them and after we finish, we're going to do this. We're going to go very good, yay. Okay.
Very good. Very good. Yay.
Okay, and it might feel weird. And it's just, and that's the whole thing, it's like you feel kind of silly, right? And so it's like very good, yay. And so that's what we're gonna do. Okay. And so the first thing we do, of course, is come to center, have a nice little cleansing breath. Be here now. Now here be now. And we are going to first actually breathe with our shoulders. What that means is that you're still breathing diaphragmatically and you're still breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, right? And your diaphragm's still going in and out, but you're lifting your shoulders on the inhale. Bring them all the way up to your ears as much as you can. Hold it and out. And drop them. And hold it. And again. Maybe roll them. Hold it. One more time. And smile. Okay. Now we're going to do very good, yay. Ready?
Very,
Very
very good.
good,
Yay.
yay. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is I usually do this standing, but I'm going to do it sitting because you don't really need to see or have that. I put my hands on my diaphragm, on my belly, on my solar plexus, center of joy and passion, right? And because we laugh from here, and we are going to laugh in vowel sounds, okay? Because we do that anyway. But the first one we're going to do is ha 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 ha. Ready?
Ha,
Ha ha
ha,
ha ha ha.
ha.
And feel your diaphragm going in, like even push it in a little bit on that exhale of the ha. We're going to do ha again one more time. In. Ha ha ha
Ha,
ha
ha,
ha.
ha, ha.
Okay, now we're going to do ho 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 ho. Ready? Ho ho ho
Ho,
ho
ho, ho,
ho.
ho.
Ho ho
Ho,
ho ho
ho,
ho.
ho.
One more time. Ho ho
Ho,
ho
ho, ho,
ho
ho,
ho
ho, ho,
ho.
ho, ho,
I feel
ho.
like Santa Claus. Okay, right? And now we're gonna do hee 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 hee. Okay. And really get that smile when you do your hee hee hee. This is like you turn that on, okay? Hee 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 hee. Hee 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 hee. One more time. It's fun to do it with other people because there's a connection that happens. Because again, the smile is vulnerable and it's also like an instant connection with another
Yeah.
person. That's why we smile at each other, right? And this is why a lot of people don't smile with their teeth because they feel vulnerable, even if they have awesome teeth. It's
Yeah.
just part of the vulnerability. Okay.
Mhm.
So, are you ready? Very good, very good. Very
Very
good, very good.
good.
Yay! Okay. So, and already you're starting to feel light and playful. We are inviting that inner child. That inner child thinks this is great.
Yeah.
Like at first, they might have been like, what are you doing?
What are we doing?
And now they're like, oh, that's kind of fun,
Yes.
right? Okay. And so now we are going to, let's see, which one do I want to do? Let's breathe with our ears. And so what that means is we're going to take a breath that feels like we're going in and out through our right ear. And then we're going to take one where it feels like we're going in and out through our left ear. And then we're going to take one where it feels like we're going in and out through both ears. Again, it's in through the nose, out through the mouth with the diaphragmatic breath. Okay,
Yep.
but we are going to kind of go, okay, ready? Here we
Yep.
go. Right ear first.
Okay.
And now in the left ear. Hold it and out. And hold it. Now both ears and touch them gently in the back. And here we go. In and out. And now just tug gently on your earlobes. Pull them down and smile. Imagine the smiling Buddha. You know how his earlobes are all hanging down and he's got that great big smile on the big old belly. Smiling Buddha, joyful Buddha. And then let them go. Yeah, yawn. That's perfect. Grab the upper ears. Can you see what I'm doing here? Like you're pulling elf ears out and pull them up and out and take a breath. And smile. And then let them go. Are you ready for the very goods? Very good. Very good. Yay, we're going to do that again in sync. Are you ready? Very good.
Very
Very
good.
good. Yay. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is our final one. We are going to breathe through, let's see, we did shoulders, we did ears. Um, let's uh yeah, let's breathe through the top of our heads so that we're getting that connection and we kind of sit up taller, and we're again inviting that. So we're going to breathe through the top of our heads where we really kind of feel that. I invite you to kind of do this first, like you're kind of tapping all along your temples, top of your forehead, and on both sides of your head. And just kind of tap for a minute. Kind of wake that up. Okay. All right. Now we're going to imagine a ethereal string that's connecting us to the heavens, and it's connected way up in the heavens, and we're sitting up straight, but we're relaxed. Our shoulders, we've breathed through those, and so they're prepared to just be relaxed and rested. And then what we are going to do is we are going to take in a breath and do like the sun shining like this, right? And when we come down, we're going to put our hands on our belly and do a laugh, any kind of laugh. Okay, it doesn't have to be a certain vowel or anything. You're just going to laugh. And so we're going to do that. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Oh boy. And that's where we're going to end it. Are you ready? Very good. Very
Very
good.
good, very good.
Very good. Yay.
Yay.
Right? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. And
Awesome.
like I've got tears in my eyes, my cheeks are starting to ache, and
Yeah,
I just
everything feels
feel
good.
more alive.
Good,
I
more
feel more
light.
playful.
Yes.
Yeah, heart is
Yeah.
open,
Yes.
you know.
Celebration. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And so that's one way that we can tap into fun for ourselves and then continue to cultivate that by doing joyful acts, even if that excitement is taking a nap. That's like
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say, going for a drive, taking a
Hmm.
walk.
Yes.
And of course, like playing music or whatever you do that you do and it's fun. And oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that sometimes we do have like a miserable time, something like snafus galore, but then afterwards we laugh our butts off because that was really a funny situation. And kind of if we can remember that that was fun. I don't know. It's like one of those things, you know? So like afterward, after you have that kind of situation, you're telling the story and you're laughing. If you just make yourself more aware that there's still something in those snafus. I'm not talking about tragedy. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm talking about
Right.
snafus,
If we can
right?
see the fun in the thing, right? If there is,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
irony can be hilarious, right?
Right. Hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So it's that type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's just being more aware, like you said, you know, being able to define, oh, if this is fun or not for me, you
Yes.
know, and then being able to, again, kind of categorize that, I guess I want to say, you know, so that you're more aware of it in the future, you know?
Yeah, and just going, I love these little things where you can go through your day and like, yoga laughter with kids.
Yeah,
Come on, that's
absolutely.
gonna get hilarious, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so just
Mm-hmm.
little things like that you could do anytime to lift the mood. You
Mm-hmm.
could do it a little bit
Yeah.
every day like that with just
Yep.
other
Yep.
people
That's
as
the whole
well.
idea. And I have a ton of those exercises. I have ones with balloons that you can do in a group.
Hmm.
And it's hilarious, you
Hmm.
know, and it's great for your breathing, your diaphragm, and your everything, you know, your lungs. Breathing into a balloon is really good for a person.
Hmm.
And then you do silly sounds with them.
Right,
It's just,
right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, it's fun.
Well, and laughter truly is the best medicine.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
so
And
cultivating that as a tool
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
remembering that,
Mm-hmm.
we can
Yeah.
feel the difference in our bodies.
Oh
So it's
yeah,
just
absolutely.
remembering,
I feel so much lighter,
yeah,
you
just
know,
remembering to use
and
it as a tool,
uh-huh.
yeah, as
Yeah.
a necessary tool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Yay.
So those are the four foundations as they like came to me like, oh, these are the things I need on a daily basis
Yeah.
that are going to help my um mind, body, and spirit to be well.
Yeah.
I want to be at peace.
Yeah.
I am at peace. I have everything I need in every moment. I cultivate my well being
Yeah.
and my attune to align with and amplify my authenticity by using these four foundations. And there have been, I've been super blessed to be able to study um, and learn what works for me. And I have things that are resonant for different people, you know, in different ways. But I was able to gather so many of those tools. I just have an overflowing toolbox.
Mm.
And one of my passions and joys and fun is to share that
Yeah.
with people, you
Yeah.
know. So I really appreciated this whole little thing and being able to, it's not a little thing, it's a big thing,
It is a
you
big
know.
thing. And I'm really glad you shared it. And there's a bigger picture for that too. Where this
Hmm.
year, what came through for me was the fours just coming through
Hmm.
no matter what.
Hmm.
And listening to someone else that I follow and them bringing up fours in a whole different way
Hmm.
and remembering that you have these four foundations that you've been teaching for a long time. And so it's very pivotal right now. I think these
Yeah.
are very critical tools for everyone
Mhm.
to learn. And, most of them just incorporate your own body. So it's not like you have to have an ensemble of things to take with you anywhere. This is stuff you can
Mhm.
do anywhere at any time.
Right.
Super simple, but to develop
Mhm.
the tools and use them so that we
Mhm.
can be more at peace and happier and be able to move through this crazy world a little
Yeah.
easier and
Mhm.
develop ourselves to be able to
Mhm.
create the life and communities that we are just craving.
Yeah,
Like everyone
absolutely.
is craving it, but it has to, I
Mhm.
believe, start here. You have to
Mhm.
have certain structures and certain tools that work, but also, like you said right at the very beginning, about money. You know,
Right.
we've been trained to think that the next best thing to help me is going to cost more money. And
Right.
the more money
Mhm.
you invest in
Mhm.
yourself, the more it's going to work. And I think a lot of us have a fatigue with that,
Right. Yeah,
where a lot of those
absolutely.
things didn't deliver the peace and harmony that these
Mhm.
tools do.
Mhm. Right.
And it's free.
And it's free.
It's free.
And it's with you all the time.
Yeah.
It's with you
And
all the time. All the time.
so
There,
all,
you don't
all
have
you
to
have
have
to do is
anything.
put it into practice. It's all
Yeah.
free. It's super
Mhm.
easy. And
Mhm.
all it is just saying, I'm going to do this for myself for a month and see where I'm at. You could just do it
Yeah.
as a science experiment,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
practice the four foundations every day for a month, journal about it, and just
Mhm.
see
Right.
what difference it makes in your life. And
Mhm.
I can't
Absolutely.
imagine it not making a difference if
Yeah.
somebody does that, because everything
Yeah.
we've used and done consistently has led us to here, has led us to more and
Mhm.
more understanding and wisdom and clarity in our own lives.
Mhm.
So that's, I guess, kind of the gift and the challenge is put
Right.
it into practice for 40 days and journal on it and see how that
Mhm.
works for you. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
And it helps again because it's foundational. It helps you to um yeah, develop yourself like with the four pillars of self, right? And with your template, right? Your divine template and all the things that have been coming through for you. This is like
Yeah.
a toolbox to use those tools and for that
Yep.
discovery
Yep.
because you cannot help but be more yourself.
Yep.
And then those pathways open.
Yeah.
Any kind of blockages will go away and you'll be able to then say, oh, this is my, next thing for my divine template. This is
Yeah.
my next word, my next thing to think about.
Yeah.
This is actually what one of my pillars is. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, we can really help build new communities unless we do this with ourselves first.
Absolutely.
We're going to
Yeah.
run into the same loops that we've always run into. And so this really
Mm-hmm.
helps you develop your own personal um, blueprint
Mm-hmm.
within yourself of how you want to be, what your code is, what your structure is, what you want to see in the world. And then you can go out and help build stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But
And
we can't build from chaos.
yeah. And also totally true. Chaos can be an agent of change.
Yeah.
However, we have the responsibility to then respond to that chaos, right? That's our ability to respond is so important through discernment and definition, and then allowing the good and just kind of being like, no, I don't want that. And the more we do that and don't engage with that, the more that we attract and entrain with harmony. Like this is all about harmony. It's all everything is about harmony,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. You
So,
can't build a temple without balance and
mhm,
symmetry and
mhm,
connection and
right.
all the laws of physics. I mean, it's the
Mhm,
same in our spiritual life and ourselves, the balance, the resonance. It all has to work together in order to
mhm,
build a solid structure.
right.
Um,
Mhm. And
and
everybody's different, and that's
yeah,
beautiful and harmonious. The
yeah,
differences are harmonious.
yes,
We do not have to spend time in that same uh little tight little like circle of fifths, if you want to say. Like we
Right.
don't have to
Yeah.
stay
No. Yeah.
in that orbit, right?
Yeah.
And it's still harmonious because that orbit will be over here turning this gear, which is then over here turning this gear,
Right.
right? So it's
Yeah.
all a necessary part of the whole.
Yes.
And we get to choose what we want to create
Yep.
for our realities in community and connection and within ourselves, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And learning how that feels within your body is how we then are able to create it somewhere else. You
Right.
cannot mimic it. You can't explain it unless you have felt it for yourself. And that's what these
Mm-hmm.
tools do. So
Right.
very excited to just to have this on the series with everything else so that it get very powerful, simple tools, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the only thing is just writing those four things down and in some way incorporating them in your life.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah. And
Yeah.
so, um, and I enjoy that. Like I enjoy
Mm-hmm.
trying to create new ways of being
Mm-hmm.
for myself, especially when it helps me feel better and better and
Right.
better.
Right.
There,
Mm-hmm.
there's always been an upside to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you
And Jen
so.
and I went to lunch today, and that was really fun.
It
So,
was.
we connected and we could have probably talked for hours more.
Yeah. Well,
It
we
was
will
great.
we'll do it again. Yes,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
for
All
joining
right.
us.
Thank you. I
I'll
love
put
you.
the chat notes on the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, thank you so much for sharing the
Yep.
four foundations with us. So
Mm-hmm.
Hillary of holisticheharmonics.com, you can find out more information and connect directly with her. And I will post this on the YouTube channel and other places. So thank you for joining us. And if you would, let us know how these tools help you. Take the
Absolutely.
challenge and let us know. Comment back in
Mm-hmm.
the comments or get a hold of us and let us know how it personally affected you in
Mm-hmm.
helping with balancing and harmonizing and just having more fun and feeling better in your body.
Right.
So
And
very much.
yeah, what worked for you because feedback is valuable, and that is how we learn from ourselves and others, feedback. It's
And
good and we appreciate
just
it.
wanting to know that others found value in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's rewarding, gratifying
Mm-hmm.
that just what we had shared helped
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the whole
Yep.
point. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.